Let's go to Tennessee, going to Alabama, another massive one. Tennessee hasn't beaten Bama since 2003 at Bryant-Denny Stadium. Ty Simpson is playing out of his mind. He's just been so much better from that first game against Florida State. I think you're finally seeing what type of leader that he can be. There's a reason why he's high up in the Heisman rankings. I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up hoisting the Heisman Trophy when it's all said and done. Tennessee's offense been electric as always. Defensively, though, especially in that secondary, taking a couple hits lately. I think Alabama finds a way to get the football out of Ty Simpson's hands quickly. Guys like Ryan Williams, I expect Jeremy Bernard, both of those guys, I expect big games out of them. Isaiah Horton may go under the radar a little bit. He's going to have a big game himself. What say you?
Here's how I compare this. You ever gone out with some friends, maybe a bachelor party, or you're in Vegas and the night's getting started and you're all excited and you're like, all right, round of shots. You're like, all right, let's do it. And a little while later, another round, Vegas car bomb, let's go. No. And then, you go on another round, you're on another round. And by the time you get to about the fifth round of shots, you go, oh, man, I don't know if I can stomach this. This is tough. That's what I feel like Alabama's last for a couple weeks. You get up for number 5, Georgia. Yeah, we're going to go stick it to Kirby. You get the win. You come back home, Vanderbilt. Yeah, it's Diego Pavia. Revenge game from last year. We did it. Last week, on the road, top 15 Missouri. Yeah, we found a way to pull it out. You come back home, number 11 Missouri, number 11 Tennessee. It's like, God, you don't get a break here. At one point, there's going to be a point where Bama just doesn't, they fall flat. And I think they're a good team, and I think give Kalen DeBoer credit. He's dialed up all the right plays and everything, going for it ballsy last week on the fourth downs, going for it, scoring the touchdown. They've done everything great. Ryan Grubb's been fantastic, but I just wonder, when is enough? And the way this Tennessee offense is humming right now with Joey Aguilar, what happens if you keep getting punched in the mouth? Is there a point where Ty Simpson throws a bad interception and you go, oh, there it is. They had the letdown. So, look, they have answered the bell. Bama's been outstanding. I give them so much credit after that letdown week 1. But to me, it's just a tough ask for me to say they're going to keep running the tape. They still got to play 2 more top 15 teams at LSU and Oklahoma before it's all said and done. So I feel like there's going to be a game where they fall flat, but I don't know. It's a rivalry game. They want to smoke those fans. Every fan in there is bringing a cigar in the stadium. I find it hard to believe that they would have a letdown in this one just because of what it means being the third Saturday in October. But Tennessee's offense is good enough to get into a shootout with Bama, and if Bama makes one mistake late, it could cost them.
This is interesting, and I'm glad that you brought up the point about the round of shots analogy. I like that one. But you're right. I mean, you talk about the stretch that Alabama's had, and it just doesn't stop. And you talked about how they could run into a brick wall that Tennessee has. I think Tennessee manages to keep it close. I don't expect an upset, but I do expect Bama to continue to show some of their scars. I mean, defensively, you've still struggled in your run defense. You've given up a lot of yards the last couple of weeks.
Somebody brought this up that Vanderbilt was running the ball on them.
Yes.
Vanderbilt stopped running. Cedric Alexander, they stopped running. Last week, Ahmad Hardy was moving the ball in Bama. They stopped running. They kept throwing the football. So guess what Josh Heupel's not going to do? He's not going to stop running. Right. Deshaun Bishop, whoever it is back, they're going to keep running. So that's where I say, Bama's defense has been good, not great. But to your point, they've shown you can run the football on them. It just seems like these last couple of weeks, teams have just stopped running. Why'd you stop running? It was working.
And I think that's part of that is because of getting down early and having to play kind of panic mode. But I think if you're Josh Heupel, you're looking at this and you're saying, man, we got an opportunity to really just expose something that Alabama's really been struggling with, something that you haven't really been consistent with, something that we're not used to seeing Bama do, which is struggle and run D. This is an opportunity for them to get your star backs and Star Thomas and Deshaun Bishop, both of which been pretty good running the football, both of them averaging between 60, 70, 80 yards a game. Both of those guys, I think, could be very effective when it's all said and done. I know it's a big ask to have to replace God dog, it wasn't. But anyway, it's a big ask to have to be a red zone back and when it is all said and done, kind of do what you saw from last year. But I don't expect for them to be basically carrying the rock like you saw a lot of what Tennessee did last year. You're going to
Yeah,
see a lot more of a balanced attack with Joey Aguilar. That's
Dylan
the
Sampson
one
was
thing.
Dylan Sampson was the guy for them last
Dylan
year.
Sampson, thank you.
But
Dadgummit, I played against Dylan Sampson in high school, and I didn't remember his freaking name. But I mean, when you talk about what those two bring, they're not having it. They don't have to be Dylan Sampson. They're much more electric out the backfield. You can utilize them as athletes. I think I've seen Deshaun Bishop a little bit too line up in the slot a couple times this season. So I'm excited. I'm expecting to see that get creative with the play calling. I think you're going to be able to expose a little bit of what the secondary has kind of struggled with as well.
the key is to watch those injury reports coming out tonight, because Deshaun Bishop left the game last week getting banged up, and Jam Miller at Alabama banged up. So those are going to be key on the health of those running backs.